I'd now like to introduce to you Lindy Eichenbaum Lent. Now, Lindy, as many of you may know, is the president and CEO of the Rose Community Foundation. Now, Rose Community Foundation is, again, the presenting sponsor for National Philanthropy Day. In fact, their 7th consecutive year they've supported this event as the presenting sponsor. So here's Lindy.
Thank you, Mitch, and thank you, AFP Colorado, for bringing the state's philanthropic and nonprofit leaders together again. Congratulations to Deanna Costa, Tammy Vinson, and all the volunteers for their creativity in pivoting this beloved event to a virtual format. To be honest, I'm not sure what feels stranger, wearing shoes and makeup for the first time in a long time, or speaking to an empty ballroom. Regardless, I am thrilled to be with you today. In the midst of a public health pandemic and national reckoning around racial justice and deep political divides, we are so fortunate to be able to gather virtually and focus on what unites us as a community. Coming together every November to celebrate empathy and generosity is an annual highlight, and it feels especially important and healing this year. Rose Community Foundation is honored to sponsor today's program as we have for so many years, but this year is certainly different. 2020 will go down in history as a year of epic crisis and epic opportunity. A year when our country and community fought the COVID-19 pandemic, a year when our country and community wrestled with long-standing racial injustices, which were cast into stark relief by public health disparities and national tragedies. Colorado's nonprofits are addressing these challenges and continuing to provide critical services to a growing number of people who desperately need them. Yet, we know that many nonprofits are facing significant revenue losses from canceled or modified fundraising events and interruptions for fee-for-service revenue streams. Being asked to do more is sadly not a new concept for nonprofits, but this unprecedented scope of need and economic disruption foreshadows a significant and lasting impact on Colorado's nonprofit sector. At the same time, we know that these organizations are vital to our region's recovery, livability, and sustainability. Philanthropy is the fuel. Whether you're talking about response or recovery, reforms or reconciliation, philanthropy is the fuel for the organizations that are serving basic needs, that are driving change, and that are sustaining and strengthening our community. We know it's not about getting back to normal because the old normal wasn't working for everyone. We know it's about seizing the moment to build a new normal of equity, inclusion, opportunity, and abundance. And philanthropy has an important role to play in these efforts. Amidst this difficult year, we can find hope and inspiration in the many ways Colorado's philanthropic partners have been responding to these needs. Philanthropic organizations and individuals have come together to launch COVID-19 response efforts, to mobilize around racial equity, to address the impacts of wildfires in our region, to develop nonprofit loan funds, and to meet the increased needs of organizations and individuals on the front lines of these crises. Rose Community Foundation joined many other Colorado foundations in increasing our grant making this year to better respond to the enormous needs. And like donors all around Colorado, we have seen our donor-advised fund holders step up and accelerate and exponentially expand their giving as well. Everyone is doing more, locally and globally. The ways in which philanthropies stand up when the stakes are high should make us all proud to be in this field. And yet, it is not enough. We must continue to do more, just as the list of needs and opportunities continues to grow. We must think about what kind of region we want to have when we emerge from this pandemic and make strategic investments accordingly. This election cycle has illustrated that we are a deeply divided nation. Strategies to heal, to bridge divides with civility, and to unite across differences and around shared goals must become a regional and national priority. Philanthropy can play a unique role in mobilizing public support and promoting policies and practices that build strong communities. It requires bold leadership and collaboration, but this is a moment of incredible opportunity where we all must rise to the challenge. It has been a long year, and our tanks are running low. But events like today and the stories of our honorees can help us recharge and refuel for the road ahead. On behalf of everyone at Rose Community Foundation, congratulations to the 2020 National Philanthropy Day Colorado honorees. Your stories give us inspiration and hope that we all need in the midst of this challenging year. Thank you all, and stay safe and be healthy.